Hello, my name is Tom Kime, author of Fish Tales. Welcome to a quick guide to buying fish.
I'm going to go and buy all my fresh fish for my fish stew, and for that I'm going to take some John Dory. Now this is a beautiful fish. It's also called St. Peter's fish because he left his thumbprint in it when he left it behind, and it's got quite a lot of spines all around the back of the gills, all down the sides here. I think that's nature's way of saying it tastes delicious and predators need to beware. So I'm going to take a John Dory. The other fish I'm going to use is a rockfish. Now this is a beautiful fish, and again it's got lots of spines on it. Be really careful of those when you're prepping the fish, because what can happen is if it stabs into your finger, you'll get blood poisoning. Now not badly, you're not going to die, but it's going to really hurt and it's going to make your thumb swell up, so just really be careful of that. And the third fish from my fish stew is a monkfish, or a stargazer, because you can see what it does is it hides in the sand in the bottom, and it has little kind of tentacles that little fish come up and think that it's food, and they come up and then it just snaps it like that. It's got really big meaty fillets here. It's going to be perfect for our fish stew. I love these kind of places. I'd much rather be in here than a sweet shop. I could be here all day. To start our Provençal fish stew, I'm going to cook off my vegetables. I've got a hot pan, add a little bit of olive oil, and then we're going to add chopped fennel, onion, celery, red pepper and garlic. A couple of bay leaves, a sprig of thyme, some black pepper, salt, a couple of strips of orange zest, a good pinch of cayenne pepper, and then a pinch of saffron. Just add some white wine. While that's cooking down, I'm cooking off the alcohol, I'm going to prepare my fish. This one is called rockfish. It's got a lovely dense texture to it, and we're just going to cut it into pieces like that. We're going to leave the skin on so that it just looks beautiful in our fish stew, and then we're going to add our hot stock. Now the second fish that we're going to use today is a John Dory. Now this is a delicious fish to use. It's nice and meaty, and then again just cut it into small pieces. My third fish that I'm using for my fish stew is some monkfish. Now this is an absolutely spectacular fish. It's really meaty and dense. And then we're also going to add some fresh prawns as well. So we've got prawns, rockfish, John Dory and monkfish to go in our Provençal fish stew. To start off with, we're just going to scoop out all of the good bits from our base, so the onion and the pepper and all of that kind of stuff. You don't have to puree it all, so a little bit of texture is fine. We're just going to blend that together. Now these pureed vegetables are going to get returned to the rest of our soup. Season it with a little bit of orange juice, which is just going to make it absolutely delicious. We're then going to season our fish with salt and pepper, and then add the fish to the pan. What we're going to do, get a lovely big bowl like this, scoop out some lovely big bits of fish, spoon the rest of the lovely juice on the top. And what you do is spread some of the rouille on the toast and drop it into the soup, then a pinch of the Gruyere cheese, and that just goes on the top like that. And what you have is this classic Provençal fish stew. It's absolutely delicious. It's full of rich flavours. It's really, really tasty. I'm going to get some prawns for my Hanoi prawn cakes. Now these are great, they're really juicy, they're going to be great for the barbecue, but they're a little bit too big and a bit too expensive for what I need them for. Now these prawns over here are much smaller, they're still nice and plump, and for this dish I could use fresh or frozen prawns, and I'm going to need about 1 kilo. I'm going to make some Hanoi prawn cakes. Now these are delicious little Vietnamese cakes. To start off with, I'm going to make a batter, and I've got 80 grams of rice flour, 120 grams of plain flour. Now to that we're going to add a pinch of sugar, a pinch of salt and about 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Mix that together with about 150 ml of cold water. Now into here we're going to grate some kumara. My next ingredient are the spring onions. Finely slice them. Now I'm going to chop my prawns. We need to season that really well with some salt and pepper. So then just mix that together. I've got some oil on the pan, nice and hot. We're going to start to fry those. So while those are cooking, I'm just going to prepare my dressing. So chilies chopped in there like that, 3 cloves of garlic, little pinch of sugar and a pinch of salt. Add about 3 tablespoons of boiling water. That is just going to go in there like that. Now to that we're going to add fish sauce, some lime juice. These are absolutely perfect. Just drain them on some kitchen paper. So some mint leaves, some dill, then some coriander, some bean sprouts as well. Dip it in the dressing like that. I'm in absolute heaven.
For recipes using sustainable seafood, see my latest book, Fish Tales, available in bookstores now.